Well, as we look out from our transmitter camera in Kershaw County, we have a little bit of sunshine trying to peep through. That's not ideal because the more sun that we get, the more fuel we're going to have out there for thunderstorm development as our cold front rolls through a little later on today. Temperatures have warmed up from this morning, many of us into the 80s. If you got rain a little earlier to start the day, or if you've had some thicker cloud cover hanging on like in Aiken or Winsboro, your temperature currently in the mid and upper 70s, but they'll get back into the 80s until our cold front arrives. So a lot of cloud cover out there. This is just our first alert radar. One lone shower that's now moving through into the east of Rimbert, right along 20 still. Also a little bit of heavier rain out there just south of Camden, but that's it. Otherwise, though, we're just awaiting the arrival of this cold front and for it to begin to fire up some thunderstorms. Here's the leading edge of the boundary on First Alert satellite and radar, and this thunderstorm development we're starting to see south of Atlanta. Eventually, as these storms fire up and move a little closer to the Midlands, that's where we have to keep an eye out for a couple of stronger ones, and it's this clearing that we're starting to see here in the upstate that allows for a little more energy to build in. So that's why we got to watch things closely. All of us are still under a level 2 of 5 slight risk at severe weather for the back half of our afternoon and evening. And as far as the main things we're going to be keeping an eye out for, it's going to be gusts of wind upwards of 60 miles per hour, downpours within some of these stronger thunderstorms, as well as some hail that could be as big as a quarter or a $50 in size. Now, our tornado threat is the lowest of these, but it isn't zero. So that's something we're going to have to respect. And there might be one or two brief areas of rotation that we have to watch closely as they move across the region. So if you happen to be headed out to the lake and spend some time out there this afternoon, please be careful. Keep an eye out to the sky. Of course, download our First Alert weather app. You can keep an eye out on interactive radar while you're on the water, but I think the main time period to get off of the water is going to be from about 4 to 8 p.m. But of course, that's why you have interactive radar, so you can keep an eye out on showers and storms as they start to fire up. So here's First Alert Featurecast out there for us right now. Shows a couple of lighter showers, a lot of cloud cover. We get a little later into the afternoon. There's a little bit of clearing that you briefly saw on First Alert Featurecast, and then we get these scattered showers and thunderstorms to build in from our west as we work throughout this evening. So where you're seeing some of these deeper shades of red and purple on First Alert Featurecast, these are places where we could have a strong wind gust, some hail, and maybe even a pocket of rotation that we're watching closely. These scattered showers and storms continue to drift southward as we head through this evening. I think past sunset, we're going to start to dry out. A lot of this moisture at that point builds into the low country. Through midnight, there might be one or two lingering thunderstorms in far southern portions of the Midlands, like around Orangeburg, Kingstree, Manning, even into Bamberg, Barnwell could have a little bit of rain lingering before midnight, and then the rest of this moisture gets out of here so that as we wake up for Tuesday morning, getting the work week started for many of us, not too bad, some clouds hanging on, but we're going to have some great weather ahead of us as we work throughout this week. Your daytime high tomorrow, a hot 90 degrees, upper 80s for Wednesday, and then as another boundary passes through, it helps to reinforce some of this nicer air for us into the back half of the weekend, the start of the upcoming weekend. Daytime highs are going to drop into the low and mid 80s. Jamal.